Hi, I'm Judith Patterson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Texas, and today I'm going to show you how to make a card from the catalog. So instead of using a card from the actual catalog, or even the mini catalog, I'm doing another card from the Sale-a-bration brochure. So today we're going to be using the Delicate Dahlias set from Sale-a-bration. I am loving the stamp set so much more than I thought I was going to. It's just amazing. The detail on these flowers is absolutely gorgeous. And of course, I always like a good sentiment, and I don't have enough sympathy stamps, so I was really happy to get this one. And I love a good thank you and a so happy for you. Those are just, in fact, the oh so happy for you is what we're using today. So if you want to look in the catalog, it's on, or the brochure, it's on page 15. We're going to make this card right here, and this is a pretty easy card to make. It doesn't take just a whole lot of time or a whole lot of product. So we're going to be using the Christmas cheer dies, and these are from the mini catalog. The die that we're using, I've already pulled it out. It's the happy die, and oh my gosh, I love this die so much. It can be happy anything. Happy holidays, happy birthday, happy baby, just happy for you. So many happies. And let's see, so the only stamps we're using are the Delicate Dahlias. We're using the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, shaded spruce and mint macaron inks. Plus we're using the light petal pink, old olive, and mint macaron. I never know if I'm saying that right. I hope I am. Stampin' Blends. And from another one from the mini catalog, this is the Subtle Shimmer Sequins. So those are fun. I'm happy that I have those now. A previous card I was making, I think from a catalog, I didn't have those, so I'm glad I have them now. And then one of my favorite ribbons, this ribbon is so good. It's the linen white, I don't know if you can see that, but it's the white linen ribbon from Flowers for Every Season ribbon pack out of the annual catalog. Of course, you're going to need some cardstock. This is a 4.5 by 3 1/4 sheet of basic white, and then mint macaron card base. This is just cardstock cut 8.5 by 5.5 inches and scored at 4 1/4 inches. You'll also need some tear and tape, glue dots, and Stampin' Dimensionals. We always love those Stampin' Dimensionals. So give me just a second. I'm going to turn my camera around, and then we'll get started stamping. Okay, so I think I've got it set up pretty good now. This has been one of those days where there's just been lots of little things that have gone wrong. So, had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I think I've got it working now, and we're gonna see if we can get some stamping done. Okay, so I'm starting with this Oh So Happy For You stamp, and the mint macaron ink pad with the card base that matches. So we're just gonna stamp the same color on the same cardstock, starting in the corner up here. I'm going to stamp it a couple of times. I'm not worried about it being exactly spaced out or anything like that. Then I'm going to go to this other corner . I'm just making sure I'm not overlapping. Is good for that. So we're going to set the card base aside for now. Set it over here. Then I'm pulling out the shaded spruce ink. and I'm starting with the leaves. I'm going to stamp one in the corner. I'm going to stamp one. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stamp one in this corner. Then I'm going to go back to this corner. Okay, and then I'm going to take that small leaf and I'm going to just fill in some of these holes with this little leaf. So I don't do a lot of coloring with blends. I love to color with them, but I just keep it pretty simple and pretty easy. This card, though, is blending 3 colors together. And I love the way it turned out, and I mean, this is why they're called blends, is because they blend so well like this. So I'm starting with the light Old Olive, and I'm just going to color the center of some of these flowers. And really, I'm not trying to be, perfect about this. I'm not, I'm not doing it a certain way. I'm just starting with the dark in the middle. And I'm basically just scribbling it on here like I'm not coloring any of them exactly the same as the other ones, or like there's no exact way to do this here. It's whatever you want to do. I'm sure some of you will be more artistic with this than I am. But I love these these blends because they are so forgiving. So the main thing is just to start in the center with this Old Olive because it is the darkest, and we're going to finish on the outside of the leaves with the Petal Pink. And something else to remember is that part of this will be covered up with the word happy and your ribbon. So even if you do make what you feel like might be a mistake, then chances are it's going to be covered up anyway. Hope that your day is going smoothly today. We've had so much rain this week. It has been so wild. Usually in August it's fairly dry and super hot. Oh, I forgot one. But this year has just been so weird with the super cold, icy weather in February, and the summer has been fairly mild, and now, so where we are in Texas, usually this time of year we're solidly in 100-degree weather. But today I think the high is like 87, and yesterday it didn't even hit 80. So weird. I'll take it. The older I get, the less I like being hot. But it's still just really backwards to not be super duper. Now the humidity has been through the roof. The humidity has been really yucky. Almost finished with this. So I was saying earlier you needed tear and tape. Of course it's not necessary, but I have discovered recently that tear and tape is my favorite way to add ribbon to cards. So I've already got my ribbon cut from corner to corner. It's about 3 3/4 inches, and my tear and tape is probably about 2 3/4, 3 inches, something like that. I didn't really measure it, but it's close to 3 inches. And I've already stuck it on there so that it's easy to go whenever the time comes to use it. I almost missed this leaf too. Okay, so that looks good. So now we're going to take, so this paper, this craft paper, is also from the mini catalog, and I am also liking it a lot. It comes in 6x6 sheets. Of course, I've cut this down to 1.5 inches by 4.5 inches, so that we can just use our little happy on it. And I am going to go ahead and put a piece of washi tape on this. Since I cut it so tight, I don't want it moving around while I'm trying to get everything settled here. Just going to run that through real quick. And then I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to poke out the centers of those letters. And then I'm going to poke it in these circles, and that's going to push my word out. Okay. So I'm going to take this tear and tape, just pull the back off, and place this centered over my stamped images. And you can make yours a little longer, a little shorter, however you want it. I think in the brochure, let's see, I think in the brochure they might have it, yeah, they have theirs a little shorter. So just however you want yours to be. And you can use glue dots on this. I'm gonna try it, see how it goes. I'm gonna try it with my liquid glue. Let's see how that works. Ooh, I almost put it just floating way up there, didn't I? Yeah, this works. Glue dots also work, so whatever you prefer. Look at all this ink that I have ended up on my hands. Isn't that crazy? There we go. Okay, so the next thing is to use those subtle shimmer sequins. And so what I've done is I have my glue dots and I've cut them in half. So I need 8 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8. So I used my scissors and I cut them in half, and then I just cut them off. And then I used my take your pick tool and just kind of folded it over. And then I used the other end to grab one of these sequins and just place it over the glue dot, and then I can pick it up with this and place it wherever I need it to go. So it just makes using these loose sequins so much easier. Then if you still have some glue sticking out, you can just tuck it under with the pointy end. Now I'm using my finger to mash these down so they're a little flatter, because these glue dots being folded over like that, they kind of stick up like a dimensional would almost. I just don't want them sticking up like that. Okay, so now the final step is to add dimensionals to the back of this basic white. I'm just going to go ahead and add 9. Especially during the summer, I tend to use a lot of Stampin' dimensionals because I don't want them coming loose. Bigger the more the merrier. Okay, so I'm just going to center this on my cardstock and we are done. If you want, this is a fairly light cardstock, so of course you can write your message in it just as it is. I always feel like adding a piece of basic white cardstock to the inside just gives it a more finished look. So of course you can do that as well. And I think I'm going to go ahead, I like this little flower in here. So I think that what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab it and grab my Petal Pink ink pad. Since we used Petal Pink on the front, I'm going to stamp a pink flower in the corner. And the way to line this up, I figured it out the other day. So this flower here and this flower here, those are the ones you look for to line it up. And I did stamp off once before stamping on the paper. Okay, so now I'm going to add the glue to the back of the basic white, and I'm just using my favorite multi-purpose liquid glue. I go through so much of this stuff. There we go. All done, all through. Oh, so happy. So if you have any questions about this card or any of the other cards in the catalog, I would be happy to answer those questions for you, or really anything Stampin' Up or card making related. I would love to have the opportunity to chat with you and answer any of your questions, or you can purchase the products that you need for this card or any other products from Stampin' Up through my online store. So I will have a link to that and a link to my blog, where I'll also be posting this card in the comments. And my blog site, if you are on something where you don't see the description, I won't be posting it on the comments, I'll be posting it in the description. My website is www.judithpatterson.net. So I hope you are having a great day and able to enjoy the end of summer. Happy stamping!